Napheesa Collier absolutely hooked Angel Reese's ass last night. 8 of 13, 61.5%, 26 points in 25 minutes and 53 seconds. She scored 26 in 26 minutes.
What happens when a player focused on personal stats goes up against a team built to win? On May 10th, we got our answer as Napheesa Collier and the Minnesota Lynx completely disrupted Angel Reese and the Chicago Sky's strategy, holding her to just 3 rebounds and 10 points in 25 minutes on the court.
Angel Reese, preseason, part 2, let's get it! What they say about layups, harder than nuclear physics. Bang! She's a .4 now, and nobody's more excited than opposing defenses. Time for the vintage underhand scoopity shot from 3 feet. Yep, there it is. Bang!
This wasn't just a regular preseason clash. It was a glimpse into what unfolds when the attention shifts from social media fame to real basketball. Did the Lynx expose Reese's double-double streak as overrated? What is her new coach's take on Reese's place in the lineup? Stay tuned as we break down the footage, how Collier dominated Reese, the aftermath, and if fans still tune in for her. If watching her miss easy shots entertains you, type baby giraffe in the comments. Let's dive in.
Angel Reese fans are going to be happy because she's playing away from the rim, a long way away from the rim, and those rebound numbers and those double-doubles are about to take a back seat. So guess what? Padding the stats is not going to work out.
Ahead of the May 10th matchup, Angel Reese seemed self-assured, posting confidently about her plans to dominate and claiming she doesn't lose often. But when she went up against Napheesa Collier and the Lynx, things turned real, hard. The self-titled rebounding queen could only pull down 3 boards in 25 minutes. That's right, just 3 rebounds for someone who built her name on cleaning up her own misses.
I don't want to give away the farm, but Angel was 2 of 8 from the field. 2 of 8 from the field. 4 rebounds, 6 assists, 10 points.
The game tape makes it crystal clear how Collier shut Reese down. Right from the tip-off, Collier used smart body positioning to box Reese out. Instead of bullying her way over opponents like in college, Reese couldn't beat a pro defender who had mastered timing and space. Watch the second quarter. Reese tried posting up 3 times, but Collier denied every pass, pushing her far from the paint. When she finally got a touch, Collier's footwork forced her into a wild, off-balance attempt that bounced off the rim. No rebound, no putback.
McDonald's sponsoring the first ever fry cook in the WNBA. Bag work is off the dollar menu, man. What is this junk? Bang! Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there. And most importantly, Mother Teresa, Mother Nature, and Mother 2. I'm watching because of me too. Bang! Did you know a croissant's most important ingredient is butter? Yes, butter. Butter pecan!
Reese's shot chart tells the same story. Just 2 makes out of 8 shots and none from deep. Her only meaningful offense came from the line, hitting 6 of 8 free throws. Without her usual cleanup scores or hustle plays, Reese's attack looked very average and easily contained.
Look at these stats. This was some first quarter action. 5 points, 4 assists, 1 steal, 1 for 4 from the field. Missed drive layup, missed 6 foot, leading taking 2. Missed drive, lead taking layup. It's going to be another one of those years, folks.
The Lynx defense as a unit deserves praise too. Whenever Reese managed a touch, multiple defenders converged, forcing awkward shots or rushed passes. The second quarter was a disaster for the Sky. They hit just 25% of their shots and made only 4 buckets. Meanwhile, the Lynx scored 23 and went into halftime up 48-42.
Collier, I mean, my God, 26 and 5. Absolutely crazy. Okay, the lack of practice or fatigue from her social life is showing itself with Angel Reese. She's doing a lot of watching and slow on defense. Also not communicating. She literally stood there and watched Fee backdoor to the rim for a layup from a pass.
Reese's first half said a lot. Just 3 shot attempts and 0 makes with all her points from the charity stripe. This wasn't just a cold shooting stretch. It was a full defensive shutdown by a smarter opponent. While Reese struggled to contribute, Collier excelled, putting up 26 points on 8 of 13 shooting in under 26 minutes, plus 5 rebounds, 1 steal, and a block. That night, Collier looked every bit like an MVP candidate, while Reese seemed lost. In the pro game,
Caitlin Clark has 0 free throw attempts. Did the refs swallow the whistle? Well, Angel's got 30. Who has the special whistle again? Oh, okay, yeah, that's right. I remember Angel Reese talking about they must have a special whistle out there. Yeah, this person says, my brain genuinely hurts watching Angel Reese fans interact.
One fan online claimed the Lynx had unlocked the secret to stopping Angel Reese. The stats agree. By neutralizing her rebounding edge, Collier exposed just how limited Reese's overall offensive game is. Without putbacks or second-chance looks, her scoring threat all but vanished.
If I'm being honest, is Angel headed towards a 12-point, 6-rebound, 4-assist kind of season? In other words, being a character actor and not the superstar of this team?
To her credit, Reese did flash some playmaking, dishing out 5 assists, which shows she's trying to broaden her skill set beyond just power forward duties. But when your main strengths are taken away this easily, it raises real doubts about your ability to impact the game at the highest level.
Look, Angel had a real nice assist last night.
For efficiency.
I'm not going to lie.
Off
Here
the
we
miss.
go right here down the court.
Tia Nurse
Looks like maybe
pushes
Nurse
the pace
with
up
the
for
ball
Chicago.
down to Reese.
Top of the
Look
key,
at
it's
this
Reese. Bounce pass,
right in there for a
Banham.
layup.
Rachel Banham with the cut. Off the nice pass from
Rachel
Reese.
that
Chicago's
was nice.
for
It was
efficiency.
nice, no doubt.
This wasn't simply an off night. It was a playbook on how to shut Angel Reese down. Collier used positioning, smarts, and team defense to erase any edge Reese had physically. And now that her on-court ability is being questioned, Reese's bigger claims come under fire too. She insists fans watch women's basketball because of her. So why aren't they showing up to support?
Yeah, the reason why we watching women's basketball is not just because of one person. It's because of me too, and I want y'all to realize that.
People tune into women's basketball because of me too. That's what Angel Reese declared after being picked by the Chicago Sky. A bold statement for a rookie, especially one suggesting she's the primary reason fans watch. But do the statistics actually support such a claim?
We're going to find out very quickly who amongst the Chicago Sky fans are really and truly basketball fans, or are they Angel Reese, the content creator fans? Because, and you got some of those folks obviously tuning in for basketball, but is it because of Angel Reese or for the best interest of the Chicago Sky team and you want to see them win ball games?
Now, consider the data. Reese's much-publicized LSU return pulled just 6,300 attendees in a 13,000-seat arena, less than 50% full. That was her big return to the university where she secured a national title, yet most seats stayed empty. And Chicago isn't faring any better. Although Reese is the city's own, the Sky's home preseason matchup drew only 4,600 fans. For a huge sports town, that's shockingly weak. Even during a road game against the Lynx in Minnesota featuring Reese, Camila Cardoso, and Napheesa Collier, only 7,600 fans showed up. Despite multiple stars on the floor, turnout remained underwhelming. The attendance numbers suggest a sharp difference between public excitement online and who's actually showing up in person.
Angel Reese's mom taking to X to tweet this after all of the hullabaloo about Caitlin Clark and the high ratings. She says, that certain fan base looking in the stands, celebrating attendance, while others are looking up in the rafters celebrating championship banners. We ain't the same. Different year, same haters. Have a great day. Well, all right. It is a different year, and it is the same haters, but I think you're calling yourself out, Mama Reese.
Those figures aren't just low. They directly challenge Reese's reputation as a box office draw. If she truly brings crowds to women's basketball, why are arenas half empty during her games? The comparison to Caitlin Clark is stark. Clark's Iowa exhibition sold out in a mere 27 minutes. Not days, not hours. That's true drawing power. And when she played Brazil in a preseason matchup, ESPN pulled 1.3 million viewers, outperforming 55 of 57 NBA preseason games since 2010. The message is clear. One player fills seats and moves ratings. The other hasn't yet demonstrated the same influence on actual attendance.
Caitlin Clark mania, and here we go again. 1.3 million people tuned in on Sunday afternoon to see Caitlin Clark return to Iowa as a professional and start raining in three-pointers from ridiculous distances.
The WNBA is shifting Clark's games to bigger arenas to keep up with huge demand. Teams across the league are urgently searching for larger venues whenever she visits. Meanwhile, Reese's matchups often don't reach 50% capacity. That discrepancy underscores the divide between social media clout and genuine business impact. Sure, Reese commands millions of online followers and dominates headlines with her antics and rivalries, but that hasn't translated into full stadiums. The real test of a star's influence is how many fans show up to watch live. In that department, the numbers don't lie, and they're telling a revealing story.
Put this into context, 1.3 million. You may say, well, you know, what does that really mean? What does a game ordinarily get? Listen to this. Only 2 of ESPN's 57 NBA preseason games that they've aired since 2010 have scored a higher rating than Caitlin Clark taking Brazil to the woodshed and laying it to them out there. In both of the NBA games that rated higher involved LeBron.
The Skyverse Fever season opener may offer the clearest picture yet. Are spectators turning up for Angel Reese, or are they really coming to see Caitlin Clark? Judging from past trends, the answer is fairly clear. The uncomfortable truth is Reese's following mostly exists online, not in real-world attendance or revenue growth. In pro sports, fame is measured by ticket sales, not digital engagement. Yet Chicago's front office is still standing by Reese. But loyalty only lasts so long if those seats keep going unsold. That's the looming challenge for both the team and its polarizing star. Can she turn her hype into genuine fan support? Or will the arena continue echoing with silence?
Apparently, Caitlin Clark playing against a bunch of people you've never heard of, and I can't imagine how bad this Brazil team is. That actually rates higher than 55 of 57 NBA preseason games that they've aired. If you want to know how popular Caitlin Clark is, if you're wondering if any of the mania has worn off, the early indications for year 2 of Caitlin Clark as a professional is that no, our public has by no means gotten enough of this young woman's talent just yet.
Angel Reese once boasted that she's the reasons fans tune in to women's basketball. But that focus on self-promotion may have contributed to her former coach losing her position. Teresa Weatherspoon's dismissal after only one season with the Chicago Sky stunned many. A Hall of Famer brought in to instill a new culture was dismissed after just 40 games. So what exactly led to her abrupt exit?
I want to make sure that there continues to be structure, discipline, accountability, just championship mindset. And we want the Sky to continue to be a place that people want to be long-term.
The stats reveal a tough reality. The Sky finished the season with a disappointing 13-27 record and didn't even make the playoffs. It wasn't due to a lack of skilled players. In fact, several hit personal milestones. Angel Reese herself averaged a record-setting 13.1 rebounds per game. Still, those impressive achievements couldn't hide the team's fundamental and ongoing issues on the court.
Very definition of stat padding. You are down by 22 points, and you've got the Fever's bench player, bench player, bench player, bench player, bench player, playing against bench player, bench player, bench player, bench player, starter, just so that she can get her double-double.
Review the footage from last season, and you'll see a squad that lacked chemistry. Possessions often stalled, with forced shots or one-on-one play. The offense lacked fluidity. It looked like players were more concerned with personal stat lines than team efficiency. Take that August game versus Indiana. Reese pulled down 16 rebounds, but only hit 4 of her 15 shots. Several times, she chose to attack into heavy defense instead of passing to wide-open teammates. The Sky ended up losing by 12 points, and afterward, the tension in the locker room was unmistakable. Post-game interviews hinted at growing frustration, suggesting a group that was falling apart behind the scenes just as clearly as it was on the floor.
According to league sources, Weatherspoon had lost the locker room because of a culture that catered to the needs of a few players. Dear Lord.
The gap between individual stats and team victories caused serious strain. Trading Marina Mabre, their best three-point shooter, mid-season, only made things worse. The team's win-loss record plummeted after her exit, further proving that something was broken. In end-of-season interviews, players voiced disappointment with Weatherspoon's strategy. They felt her emphasis on personal player growth came at the expense of unity and team success. There were mentions of miscommunication and game plans seemingly built around highlighting certain players instead of building a winning formula. Eventually, the Sky leadership reached a breaking point. The choice between flashy numbers and meaningful victories had become too glaring. After Weatherspoon was let go, Reese tweeted, "I came to Chicago because of you." That emotional post underlined the closeness between coach and player. Perhaps a relationship that, while genuine, interfered with broader team priorities more than anyone had realized.
Look, as an organization, we just, felt it was time to make a change. There's just private issues that I think we will keep just in the Sky locker room.
Could Weatherspoon have stayed if she had dialed back Reese's focus on chasing stats? We'll never know. But in pro basketball, meaningless numbers won't save your job. Double-doubles don't matter if they don't produce wins. Now Angel Reese is about to face her toughest challenge yet, Napheesa Collier. She isn't just another defender. She's a lockdown force who doesn't care about your fame or highlight reels. She's out to neutralize your entire game. Despite the setbacks, Chicago Sky General Manager Jeff Pagliuca continues to back Reese publicly. "She's driven to win, and that's her top priority," Pagliuca said. He even stood by her extracurricular commitments, saying, "Even with everything she does to build her brand, traveling constantly and promoting her image, she's proven again and again that basketball remains her main focus." Still, results on the court will ultimately speak louder than any endorsement or motivational quote.
Did Caitlin Clark make Angel Reese point at the ring finger back at LSU? Did Caitlin Clark make Angel Reese hop up off the bench like a member of Cobra Kai when Kennedy Carter cheap-shotted Caitlin? Does Caitlin Clark make Angel Reese complain about everything? She can't afford to pay her rent. She can't do this. She can't do that. A lot of whining. But then all of the narcissistic comments at the same time. And maybe she comes by it honest.
Management may sound confident, but the expectations are rising fast. Can Reese show she's more than just internet, fame, and trending clips? Her performance against Collier suggests she's got a long journey ahead. New Sky coach Tyler Marsh appears to grasp the issue. He's introducing an offense that highlights what Reese does well while hiding her flaws. Rather than stationing her in the paint where elite defenders neutralize her rebounding, Marsh plans to give Reese the ball out on the wing. This strategy allows her to drive to the hoop and make moves with fewer defenders crowding her. It's a shift that could maximize her one-on-one opportunities and help her become more than just a highlight reel athlete. But whether it actually works will depend on how well she adjusts her game to this new style.
Oh, Angel Reese fans fixing to be mad as hell. They gonna be mad as hell because if she plays off the rim like that, it's gonna be ugly.
Reese knows she must grow as a player. She's now focusing on expanding her offensive game, especially by adding a three-point shot, practicing regularly before and during warm-ups. "I can't play like I did last year," Reese admitted. She's learning when to shoot and where to shoot from. That development will be put to the test immediately when she goes head-to-head with Caitlin Clark and the Indiana Fever. This is more than a game. It's a direct comparison between two very different basketball styles. Clark's unselfish, team-oriented approach versus Reese's numbers-first mentality. That contrast couldn't be more obvious. To help support Reese's evolution, the Sky made major roster moves, bringing in seasoned veterans like Courtney Vandersloot and Ariel Atkins. Their leadership and skills should give the team a better foundation. Vandersloot's elite passing will help create more space, giving Reese and Camila Cardoso breathing room and reducing constant defensive pressure. This could help Reese take better shots and be more productive offensively.
The Chicago Sky might be better than we think. Angel Reese fans are not going to be happy, though, because of the way she's going to be used in this offense. So we're going to find out who are the basketball fans and who are not the basketball fans. Wait a minute. Angel should have had 16 and 13 tonight, but they're playing her away from the rim. Cardoso's sitting over there having 18 and 14 and 5 block shots.
But in the end, basketball is about wins, not stat sheets. If Reese wants real success, she'll need to shift her focus from personal numbers to team victories. Her shooting stats last season, just 39.1% from the floor and 3 for 16 from 3, show there's a lot of room for improvement. Her shot selection and play style must evolve beyond chasing boards and forcing bad attempts. The road is clear. She must buy into team play, become more efficient with her shots, and funnel her intensity into securing wins, not just filling up the box score. If she can embrace that mindset, she might grow into the star she believes she is. But if she stays focused on her own image over team impact, the distance between her and players like Clark will grow even more. In the WNBA, only adaptable players survive. The question isn't whether Reese has skill, she obviously does. The real test is whether she can help her team win.
May the 17th in Indianapolis, Indiana, when the season is going to be kicked off with the Ali Frazier of our generation. Caitlin Clark hosting the Chicago Sky and Angel Reese. The Indiana Fever at Gamebridge Fieldhouse in Indianapolis.
Women's basketball is at a turning point, and Angel Reese must decide her direction. Will she continue chasing viral moments and flashy numbers, or will she reshape her game to help her team succeed? Right now, the numbers speak loud and clear. The gap between her and stars like Clark and Collier isn't shrinking, it's growing. The empty arenas where Reese plays paint a picture that social media can't rewrite. In contrast, when Clark plays, tickets vanish in minutes. That's not random. The WNBA is expanding its fan base thanks to players who prioritize wins over personal clout. Data doesn't lie about who's truly fueling that surge in interest. If you find it amusing to watch Reese miss open shots, type "baby giraffe" in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and enable all notifications so you never miss our videos.